like your music, don't it?
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick it again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go, let's go.
Shooting lights out. Good people, how y'all doing today? January 25th, 2024. The Playmakers in the building for a quick edition of Shooting Lights Up because, ladies and gentlemen, the game of the year in both men and women basketball takes place tonight down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Because on the women's side, it's number 1 going against number 9. That's all we're talking about right here, right now, on this short edition of Shooting Lights Up. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm going to jump right into it. It's all about the women's basketball. And it's all about one game, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about one game. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ESPN, number 1 and undefeated South Carolina, taking the trip down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to take on number 9 and the reigning, defending, undisputed national champions, the LSU Tigers. Pete Maverick Assembly Center will be rocking and rolling down in New Orleans. That's why I say Baton Rouge. Oh, it's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, College Game Day officially makes their return with, Eric Duncan, Holly Rowe, Adrian Carter, Carolyn Peck, and Rebecca Lobo will be in the Pete Maverick Center tonight, live 1 hour before the game to get you ready for this game of the year matchup in both men and women college basketball because the ladies are killing the game right now. The men on the other side, nobody want to be in the top 10, but that's talk for another show, okay? It's all about South Carolina and LSU. 3K ticket prices. 3K. When was the last time have you ever heard a women's basketball game being up 1,000? Be in the thousands, by the way. Clayton McCart out here doing her thing with Iowa, so every game she go to, it is sold out. Okay? Angel Reese got herself together. She's back with the team. They on the road. They did take an L to Auburn about a couple of weeks ago. So we know about that. South Carolina is South Carolina, okay? They dominate. They just beating everybody, okay? They don't even matter where you're at, who you got. They just beating everybody, okay? They just stumping everybody down. I got some numbers for you that I'm gonna get into. But $3,000 to see this game live. That's crazy. If y'all don't think women's basketball is on the upcoming, that should prove it right there. 3,000. And that's from Bleacher Report. Okay? Just know that. Bleacher Report is telling you 3,000 to get to the game. 3,000. Women's basketball is on the uprising. And the funny thing is, it's LSU who got the star power and not South Carolina, but they got one hell of a coach. I did say I got some numbers for you. So number 1 South Carolina, number 9 LSU, 17-0 versus 18-2. Points per game. LSU is number 1 at 91.7, but South Carolina's 4th at 90.8. Opponents' points per game. South Carolina's number 1 at 52.1. You cannot score on this team. LSU is ranked 114th at 61.5. So you saying LSU gives up close to 10 more points than South Carolina game? That's basically what you're saying. And they only score not even 1 point more than South Carolina a game. Assists per game, 19.9 for South Carolina. That's ranked 6. LSU is ranked 27 at 17.8. Okay. Rebounds per game, the number 1 team in the land is the number 1 team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks at 48.6, number 1. And then third at 47.3 is the 9th ranked and defending champion LSU Tigers. Point differential, 1 and 2. South Carolina's 1 at 38.6. LSU is ranked second at 30.2, meaning South Carolina is beating teams by an average of 8.4 points per game better than LSU. That's almost a double digit. South Carolina is dominating. You see, the key stat that we like to look at in basketball, points per game or points per game, which is defense, rebounds, assists. They literally damn near in the top 5 in every last one of them. LSU, on the other hand, they got some work because they give up a lot more points to LSU than South Carolina. They don't share the ball as much as South Carolina, but they do get on them glasses. And especially when you got Angel Reese, who's a double machine. Okay? It's going to be a fascinating game. Okay? You have the star power of coaches between Don Staley and Kim Mulkey. Matter of fact, the last two coaches who won national championships, okay? 2 years ago, it was Don Staley in South Carolina. They tried to go back-to-back, but they fell short to Iowa. And then Iowa got taken out by Kim Mulkey and the LSU Tigers last year. So your last two national champions of coaches are right here on this screen. Don Staley and Kim Mulkey. They won that last year down in South Carolina. And the LSU Tigers learned that there was levels to being a champion when they had to go against Aaliyah Boston and company. Okay? But the star power is on the LSU side this time. Aaliyah Boston's in the WNBA. Yeah, you got you got some familiar names, but not star names. So when you look at LSU, you see a Floyd Johnson, a Angel Reese, a Haley Van Lith on the team. The name power is more on the LSU side this go around. But Don Staley is one hell of a coach. She's going to have them girls rocking and rolling in Baton Rouge. They're going to be ready for this game. Okay? If I was to go back and show you the games for South Carolina 17 games that they won, all of them, I guarantee you not even 25% of them was close games. I guarantee you. Matter of fact, now that I said it, let me look at this. They played 17 games, right? Let's go to the beginning. They smoked Notre Dame. They smoked Maryland. They smoked Clemson. They smoked South Dakota State. They smoked Missouri Valley. Their first close game was against North Carolina, 7-point win. That's one. That was 1 out of 6 in the month of November. Let's go to December. They had another tough game. They had another close game, but they won by 16 over Duke. 16. Smoked Morgan State. Won by 9 over 11-ranked Utah. All right, that's 2 close games. They smoked Presbyterian, smoked Bowling Green, smoked East Carolina. So that's 3 games out of 12 right now. They smacked my Lady Gators. They smacked Mississippi State. They smacked Missouri. They smacked Kentucky. They smacked Texas A&M. So 3 games out of the 17 they played in South Carolina were single digits. Literally single digits. They have smacked everybody else. Literally smacked everybody else. They've been smacking people around left and right. I mean, come on. They won. We talking. This is conference play. Let's go into conference play. Conference play. They played 5 conference games. They beat Florida by 23. They beat Mississippi State by 21. By 19. They beat Missouri by 24. They beat the brakes of Kentucky by 62. And they just got done whooping on Texas A&M back on the 21st. And they beat them by 35 points. That brings it to another thing. They haven't played since Sunday. It is Thursday. This means these girls is real rested. They had Monday off. They had Tuesday off. They had Wednesday off. They had 3 days off to get ready for LSU. LSU. And LSU, on the other hand, they got 2 losses on their belt. Their opening loss that we all were shocked about when they played against Colorado out in Vegas. Shocked the world. They had their loss with Angel Reese and them, but they handled business against Queens, Missouri Valley State, Kent State, Southeast Louisiana, Texas Southern, Niagara. 3-point win over Virginia. A dominate win over ninth-ranked Virginia Tech. That was in November. Now we're in the month of December. The dominate Louisiana, dominate East, dominate on Northwestern State, dominate Copeland State, dominated JU. That's December. Now we get to January. 20-point win over Missouri. 11-point win over Ole Miss. That's a very good game. That's a very good Ole Miss team over there, by the way. Don't get it twisted. Ole Miss is coming. Texas A&M beat them by 17. They took that L to Auburn on the 14th of this month. Came back. They beat Alabama by 20. And they darn near scored 100 against Arkansas. So, and that was on the 21st. So both teams last played was on Sunday, 21st. Both teams had 3 days off. So both teams are healthy. Both teams are ready to rock and roll. There's no excuses in this one. But man, Kim Mulkey, Don Staley, 2 Hall of Famers. Oh, trust me, Kim Mulkey and Don Staley will both be Hall of Famers. You're talking both 2-time champions. Kim Mulkey got her first one with Baylor when she had Brittany Griner. And then the last year with Angel Reese and LSU. Don Staley got both of hers with South Carolina. She got both of hers in a 3-year span. She won one, didn't make it, came back and won again. She almost made it 3 out of 4, but Clayton Carr and Ira had something to say about it. And this year, they are rocking and rolling. You got your battle. You got Angel Reese in the inside. Okay. Angel Reese going to go. Let me get this correct here. So it's going to be interesting because, the battle on the inside is going to be very interesting when you got Cardozo going against Reese. So that's going to be an interesting battle between them two at the center position, But here's where my matchup is at. This is the guard play. The senior transfer from Louisville for LSU, Haley Van Lint, going against the senior guard of the South Carolina Gamecocks, Pow. Okay, this is going to be an interesting matchup because when I look at it, Pow is averaging 12.5 points per game, shooting 54% from the field. That's very good. Okay, very good. Very good statistic. She's giving you 4 assists a game. She's shooting 55, almost 56% from 3 and 81% from the free throw line. So you're good with the ball in her hands, okay? She's going to put points on the board if she needs to, and she's going to have to in this game because the inside battle is going to be what it is between Cardozo and Reese. We know that. Now, LSU do got Johnson, Flo Johnson. I'm not dissing her. But the last time I brought you a Shooting Lights Up episode, the way I ended it, I had a flagrant foul and was on number 11 in LSU colors. That would be Haley Van Lint, okay? Because she's the senior guard of this team, okay? All right? We need her to step up. This is the time to step up, okay? Flo Johnson doing her thing, 13 points per game, shooting close to 50% from the field, okay? Giving you 31% from 3, about 75% from the line. We get that. We get that with Johnson. Murrow, another person you want to look out for if you're South Carolina, 18 points per game, shooting close to 50% from the field. Not shooting very well from 3, 82%. But Haley Van Lint is the senior guard. She transferred from Louisville to come to LSU. You're giving me 11.6 points per game. You're giving me 4.5 assists a game. You're shooting 41% from the field. Need a little bit more. You're shooting 39% from the 3-point line, 72% from the treadly strike. If LSU wants to go back-to-back and get a big statement win tonight, Haley Van Lint needs to be part of the game. Haley Van Lint's name needs to be mentioned quite often in this game tonight because that's going to offset what Mrs. Pow can do for South Carolina. And don't get it wrong. That South Carolina team shares the ball. I just showed you. They're in the top 10 of sharing the ball. Top 10. Okay? They're averaging close to, I think, 20 assists a game. Let me go back to the slide. Let me show you to you. They ranked 6th at 19.9 assists. Power's gonna get her shots. Can Haley Van Lith turn back to Louisville, lady Haley Van Lith, to cope with Angel Reese? Because a win for the LSU Tigers tonight over number 1 South Carolina, that's a huge statement saying South Carolina, y'all might be dominant, but we here. We are the reigning defending national champions, not you guys. Don't care that y'all number 1. We had a couple of slips ourselves, but we getting the ship right. And one way to do it, knock off the number 1 team in the land. Do something that no team has done in 17 tries. Because LSU needs this win. LSU needs this one. They need this one. Okay? When they went against them last year up in Columbia, that's when they had to learn. Then they learned their way into a national championship. You already learned it. Put it on display tonight. In your backyard, on your home court in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. LSU, this is your moment. This is your time to do what you got to do to knock off South Carolina. And Haley Van Lith has to be a part of that game. Because if she's not a part of that game, LSU might suffer their 3rd loss of the season. And this one, more than the Colorado loss, would be more devastating. Because you already know that's the team that you got to beat. That's the team that you got to go through in the Southeastern Conference to be that team. Because remember, South Carolina is the reigning defending Southeastern Conference champion. LSU is the national champion. And if South Carolina knows that they did what they needed to do against Cutting and Clark, it'd have been LSU versus South Carolina. And I don't think LSU would have beat South Carolina in that championship game. Make your mark tonight, ladies. And Haley Van Lith, I'm watching for you tonight. I need you to start becoming the guard that I know that you was at Louisville, to come with Angel Reese, to make it known to the world that, yeah, the LSU team that y'all looking for is here and begins tonight against South Carolina. Because if not, Dawn State going to take a stranglehold of this conference yet again. And don't get it twisted. She's on a mission. Dawn State is not playing. Remember, they're beating teams up by almost 39 points a game. 39 points a game. I mean, you ain't touching them. Let's see what happens tonight. 8 p.m. Pete Mavericks Assembly Center. Number 1 versus number 9. Good luck, ladies. Let's see who comes out on top. Is it Dawn State and the Gamecocks or Monkey and the Tigers? Enjoy the game. I will catch y'all later next time. And trust me, there's a lot to go around, especially in the men's college basketball. But until then,
you've done great. But you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow it on all streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and a whole lot more. This has been Shooting Lights Out.
Masterpiece.